Cancel.
Schweezy.
All right, folks, so it's time to scrape the bottom of the barrel once again. I've done this like 3 weeks in a row, but folks, I'm telling you right now, it's been a little hectic, and this is an easy segment for me to do before I have any other shit to say. And so, with that being said, though, yeah, let's just get right into it, as Philip DeFranco would say on his show or during sex. So this article, I know a lot of people like it when I talk about music, so I decided I'm going to talk about music this week. 22 songs you'll never listen to the same way again after reading this post. Now, I have done similar things, but Buzzfeed does shit like this all the time and just regurgitates content. And if they can do it, why can't I? And I guess it's raining outside, so my hair feels weird. And all right, so first one we have, definitely one you should have already known. Hey Ya by Outkast. So the lyrics in question, so why are we still in denial when we are not happy here? The song is about a relationship falling apart, but you have no idea how sad the song lyrics are because it sounds so upbeat. Even the singer says, you don't want to hear me, you just want to dance, about the audience hearing the song. Very, very touching. Yeah, so it's been pretty known for a while. If you've not existed in music, Hey Ya is about, like, divorce and love falling apart. That's pretty common. It's a pretty common, everyone kind of knows that. If you know anything about music, you know that. I know that. He, she, we knows that. And with that being said, though, yeah, I mean, I don't know how much more I have to say that I haven't already said on Hey Ya, but Hey Ya. So, yeah, that's all I really have to say there. Of course, it lights up like that again. Focus, there we go. Next one, number 2. So we have, 19 of these? 22. Ooh, we got 22 of these. So, number 2, Fun, featuring Janelle Monáe, We Are Young. Lyrics in question, my seat's been taken by some sunglasses asking about a scar, and I know I gave it to you months ago. I know you're trying to forget. There's a lot of, what it says, there's a lot of drug references, but then there's also a line that references domestic abuse. So here I'm kind of questioning this one. And now I'm a big fan of Fun. Obviously, Jack Antonoff, Nate Roos, big fan of the format, Bleachers, everything like that. What we have in question here, though, because my seat's been taken by some sunglasses asking about a scar, and I know I gave it to you months ago. I know you're trying to forget. Because in my mind, I listened to the album when it dropped, so with Some Nights, and I never thought of that line as domestic abuse. I thought it was about a bar fight, and kind of this idea with We Are Young, the idea of the song that's always been in my head, at least, was that you have a rough night, because the album's called Some Nights, and the idea behind the album was, at least to me, here's how I'm interpreting everything. You interpret it however the fuck you want. But how I'm interpreting this, because the entire album's called Some Nights, and, you have Some Nights intro, and then you eventually go into the Some Nights song, and We Are Young, and stuff like that. And it's just kind of it's about different nights and how you end the night and how your night always ends so differently each and every night. So, some nights I stay up cashing in my bad luck. Some nights I call it a draw. You have some nights you win, some nights you lose. Sometimes it's just, you just break even type of situation. But when I hear that line, though, in the context of the full album, because I always think about this album as you go into a bar, because he's talking about a bar here. To get my story straight, my friends are in the bathroom getting higher than the Empire States. My lover's waiting for me, sitting at the bar. My seat's been taken by some sunglasses. So it's alluding to this idea of a bar. My seat's been taken by some sunglasses asking. I guess I can see how it's interpreted that way. I don't see it as domestic abuse. Of course, I don't condone domestic abuse. Apparently, I'm going to have to say that. someone out there. But no, the idea to me on this song is you're running into someone you've seen before and you gave them a scar. Okay, now I can see it. Maybe the stranger sitting there is asking her about the scar, because I've never, I always assumed there was someone else you got into a fight with. You didn't really get it, but now you remember this person is used. Okay, I'm getting it why it's domestic violence. I never saw it that way, though, I'm going to say in my mind. I always saw it theoretically as, it's someone else at a bar that you're running into. My lover, she is waiting for me. Not the bar. My seat's been taken. About a scar. Okay, I kind of get it, but the song doesn't have because it's just so out of place to me. In regards to that, because I always see it about someone you fight with or someone you used to be or something like that. I know I gave it to you months ago. I know you're trying to forget. Maybe I've changed my mind, but it's just such an analogy, but I don't know. It's up to you. Anyone else, if anyone wants to comment on this, my seat's been taken by some sunglasses, asking about a scar, and I guess someone else sat down at the bar and asking her about it. I guess that's the meaning behind it. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe she's born with it, maybe it's Maybelline. I guess I don't get to choose. But anyways, let's move on to number 3. I've been talking about that one because I like that song. Yeah, thank you for these people watching. It's like, it's bright. Third Eye Blind, Semi-Charged Life. And then the line in question, doing crystal meth will lift you up until you break. The song seems so happy and so cheerful, and I loved rocking out to it in middle school. Come to find out, it's about crystal meth. To quote the lead singer, Stephen Jenkins, it's a dirty, filthy song about snorting speed and getting blowjobs. This one's been fairly well known too. I've not, when you're like, oh, songs that are actually dark, but you never notice. Like this one and Hey Ya, I've always been up there on the list on songs that these songs have darker meanings, but they're so happy and playful. And that's the way it is. And so I guess that's another question. For people who didn't know that, I guess this is Buzzfeed. Buzzfeed is for the lowest common denominator, which makes me question what you're doing here, listening or watching this. That's up to you. Anyways, so that one's pretty well known, the songs, but the chorus is do 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 do. It's so fun. You can still use that chorus in commercials and shit. That's what's really cool with the song. Number 4, Nikki Gilder, Hot Child in the City. Danger in the shape of something wild, stranger dressed in black, she's a hungry child. It's about an underage prostitute. Yeah, a lot of songs about underage prostitutes. Ed Sheeran's A-Team, I feel like when you bring up prostitutes in songs, a lot of times it's pretty easy to guess what it's about. She says she's in the class 18, rocking her daydream this way since 18. So yeah, it's usually, I feel like in regards to, if you're going to write about a prostitute, there's no, I've not figured out unless someone else can figure this out, I've not figured out, a subtle way to get around that. It's definitely a new experience in regards to that, so that's something this is the type of guy you're getting, I guess. When you talk about prostitutes, I feel really sad going through this. Number 5, Imogen Heap, Good Night and Go. Follow you home, you've got your headphones on and you're dancing. Got lucky, beautiful shot, you taking everything off. Watch the curtains wide open. It seems like a charming song with a sweet, warm melody, but if you listen to the words, it's about stalking someone. Yeah, a lot of songs about stalking. And, yeah. It's always weird when, a woman writes about stalking, because I guess, every breath you take is, every breath you take, every bond you break, and you pay every man you take, I'll be watching you. can't believe that song's popular. Anyways, yeah, Imagine Heat. I don't know. Not a lot of these I'm wanting to argue. I've only wanted to argue with like one of these so far. Yet again, though, we'll keep moving on and shit like that. Number 6, Dexy's Midnight Runners, Come On Eileen. So, so the lyric in question, you in that dress, my thoughts I confess, verge on dirty, come on Eileen. Oh, I swear what I mean, for this moment we were meant to be. I love the song when I was young, but then I grew up and listened to the lyrics. It's basically about a guy trying to talk a woman into sleeping with him by saying creepy things that thinly veiled by nice words. Maybe even an older dude trying to trick a newly legal woman. Super catchy, and maybe I read into it wrong, but it seems so skeevy. I guess, this is one I've never really thought of. Come on, Eileen. Oh, because I've never really paid too much attention to the verse. Come on, Eileen. Oh, I swear what I mean. From this moment, we were meant to be. Okay, so it just sounds like a love song in the chorus. That's the part I guess I would pay attention to most while listening to it, but I guess I never noticed the whole like, hey, I'm trying to convince you to have sex with me type of situation. I guess I never noticed that, but now that I'm thinking about it, I see it. I think they want to have, Dexy's Midnight Runner was trying to have sex with a woman named Eileen. So come on, Eileen. Come on, Eileen. Come on, Eileen. Don't be stingy. Come on, Eileen. Don't be stingy. I'm just gonna suck it dry, Mark. Okay. Number 7, Uncle Cracker, Follow Me. I like this song. I'm not worried about the ring you wear, because as long as no one knows, then nobody can care. It's about cheating and hiding it from the other partner. It's actually labeled as explicit. Not worried about the ring you wear. Nobody cares. Follow me and everything is alright. I'll be the one to tuck you in at night. 'Cause if you wanna leave, I can guarantee you won't find nobody else like me. This is one of those, where like the chorus doesn't really give you the full meaning of the song, but it gets to it because the choruses, I guess, are the most catchy part of the song. And when you write a chorus, obviously, like I have, you want the chorus to stand out, and that's the part you want stuck in someone's head, and that's on repeat, and that's why you listen to a song over and over and over again. That's kind of how pop music has always kind of been. You just want to write that thing that's going to be stuck in your head, and you want people to have it stuck in your head, and from now and forever, always. But never really, I don't care about the ring you wear. So I guess he doesn't care if you're married or not. I guess he wants to be with you. But I guess the song is about cheating. Never really thought about it, but this song is about cheating. So congratulations, you played yourself, Schweezy. Number 8, Robin Thicke featuring Pharrell and T.I., Blurred Lines. You're far from plastic. Talk about getting blasted. I hate these blurred lines. It's pretty much a gross rape anthem. Okay, I don't know the lyrics as well to this song, so it could be a little bit different. However, though, thinking about it, as I would, because it has that, but the blurred lines, I don't want to say it's a rape anthem. Maybe like lines of consent, maybe. The blurred lines of consent, I guess, is it. But I'm not going to act like I'm not going to act like this is wrong, but I could see it interpreted another way. Okay? This could be interpreted in a completely different way that I don't know about. So that's, I guess, blurred lines could be, I guess it could be a rape anthem. You could see it that way. You could see it another way. I don't want to argue about that song. That's not a song I'm going to defend. of anything or what it wants to be. Basically, I want to have sex with you type song. Number 9, the Red Jumpsuit Apparatus, Face Down. Do you feel like a man when you push her around? Do you feel better now as she falls to the ground? This emo classic actually has you scream singing about domestic violence. That's one that people, if you didn't know that song was about domestic violence, you're not that smart. You're not necessarily a intelligent human being. Like, face down in the dirt, she said, this doesn't... What? How other way can you even hear the song? This song is so obviously about domestic violence. I like the song. It's a good song, you know. Questionable whether you do or don't like Red Jumpsuit Apparatus. That's up to you. Honestly, I don't care about your feelings. But anyways, though, with this song, yeah, you're pretty fucking stupid if you didn't really notice the song is about domestic violence. Just saying. The focus on this today, on this camera, I'm sorry. Number 10, Tracy Chapman's Fast Car. You got a fast car, and I got a job that pays all our bills. You stay out drinking late at the bars, see more your friends than you do your kids. The lyrics are a lot sadder than you'd think. The song tells the story of a girl who's stuck in a town taking care of her deadbeat father, then escapes the town with a young man to start a better life. But then, while she gets a job and raises their children, he turns out just like her father and drinks his life away. This song, obviously, yeah, I knew the song was about it, but, like, you kind of have to really, with this song, though, I remember you got a fast, you just hear, you got a fast car, and then you don't really, remember we were driving in your car, and then, like, that chorus is very catchy, and it's a very hopeful chorus. I had a feeling that I belong, you know, like that. But no, if you actually kind of look at it, you kind of have to sit down, look at the lyrics, study it a little bit. And yeah, it's just like it's a lot like poetry, and in the sense with this song, a lot of what it's like, where like she, has the deadbeat father, and then she tries so hard to not have that life anymore, only to end up in the same situation, with her, I guess, I'm going to say baby daddy in the situation. It's a very interesting story, and it's very, I don't know, there's a lot of things you can justify in it. Do you just always go back to the same thing? There's a lot of, like, studying you can do in the song, and, like, this idea of just how the human psyche works, and, like, then you have that idea is like, oh, you, like, men want someone who's like their mother, women want someone who's like their father, and she ended up with someone like her father, and that's a whole psyche mess that you could get into. But no, it's a great song. Like, Tracy Chapman's Fast Car, just an instant classic. Song, it's hard to say that song's bad. You may not like her voice and shit like that, but that's a good song. Like, a good song is a good song. You can't fight it. Number 11, The Police. Every breath you take, every move you make, I'll be watching you. We all know Sting's already weird. I once thought it was a romantic, but then I realized it was sung from the perspective of a deranged stalker. Weddings are weird now when this plays. So I don't know with, Sting and the writers, all of that, who, I think, Sting is the writer on. I remember we talked about it in, like, a music business class where a P. Diddy sampled this song, and, like, since he wrote the lyrics to it, he got all the royalties, but, like, with the P. Diddy sample, a lot of it was the guitar, but Sting didn't write the guitar part. It's very, very, very interesting music business type of situation. But yeah, I wonder, so here's the thing, though, when I hear it, though, when Sting wrote the song, was it his intentions to be stalkering, or was it more like, I'm going to be watching you, and, or, like, and when he talked about watching you, he's like, I'm going to love you, or whatever. That's the thing, though, because, like, yeah, you listen to it wholesale. Every breath you take, every bond you break, everything you take, I'll be watching you. So it's a very interesting thing. Do you think his intentions were to be a stalker? Because wholesale, it does sound definitely like it's a stalker. But that's up to everyone to decide. That's up to you to decide. I get the stalker lyrics. But in my mind, I need to computer froze. Still recording though, so yeah. But no, in my mind though, yeah, I feel like it's supposed to be. Can I listen to that? Oh, can't you see you belong to me as my heart aches every breath? I kind of feel like I feel like the intentions were not supposed to be a stalker. But then again, I've been wrong before, but I'm not usually wrong. Number 12, Rupert Holmes' Escape, the Pina Colada song. I didn't think about my lady. I know that sounds kind of mean, but me and my old lady had fallen into the same old dull routine. So I wrote to the paper, took out a personal ad, and though I'm nobody's poet, I thought it wasn't half bad. Basically, the whole song is about how both parties are super bored and unhappy in their relationship, so they both attempt to cheat, and when their date ends up being the person they were trying to cheat on, they think it's funny and stay together. So, I mean, obviously, chorus is a great, if you like pina coladas, getting caught in the rain, you know, it's just a very catchy chorus. So, like, obviously, take the chorus, it's just fun. And then, like, you listen to the lyrics and the verses are telling the story, obviously, about, well, you're from the man's perspective about how he just wanted to cheat on his wife, puts out an ad in the newspaper. This song must be pretty old. This song's old. And then, like, he ends up meeting someone to cheat on his wife with, but it turned out to be his wife. I mean, I don't know how much of the song was meant to be, like, a serious thing. However, though, it's just fun. I feel like this is just a fun song. But don't cheat, people. It's not a cool thing to do. Okay? Don't cheat. Don't cheat. I know just what you're thinking. Don't be so. Don't take the Pina Colada song seriously, folks. That's just my advice to you today. Number 13, Hanson's bop bop ba doo bop shoo bop ba doo bop. It sounds like so the lyrics in question, you have so many relationships in this life, only one or two will last. You go through all this pain and strife, then you turn your back and they're gone so fast. Wait, that's the actual lyrics of the song? I guess I never paid attention. It sounds like a fun, catchy song, but if you read the lyrics, you find out it's actually about how time eventually takes everyone away from us until we all inevitably end up alone. Cheery. I guess I never really paid attention to the lyrics in Mbop. I guess that's just maybe I have not spent my mental energy to talk about Mbop by Hanson, but maybe I should have. Maybe I should have tried a little bit more. Maybe I should try. Maybe I should have tried. I don't know. But apparently it's a little bit darker than I thought. When you see a bunch of blonde-haired kids singing, you never know what you're looking at. Britney Spears, If You Sink Amy. That's the lyric in question. Say what you want about me, but all of the boys and all the girls are begging to if you seek Amy. Not dark exactly, but darkly sexual. She's singing about how guys and girls are begging to have sex with her. I love this song as a child, but I learned the real meaning when I was 12, and it changed me forever. 7-year-old me thought it was just a fun song about Amy's friend trying to find her at a party. So, yeah, I think we may have talked this on a previous Scrape in the Bottom of the Barrel. But nevertheless, though, yeah, this one's pretty obvious. I don't really have much to say on it. Yeah, for me, I don't really have much to say. Moving on, because I don't really care. The Knack, My Sharona. Lyric in question, never gonna stop, give it up, such a dirty mind, I always get it up for the touch of the younger kind. It seems friendly enough, so friendly the administration at my elementary school used it to blast it during our weekly outdoor lunch days. The most disturbing line is, I always get it up from the touch of the younger kind. The song is essentially this guy begging poor Sharona to sleep with him, and all I want to know is, how old is she? I did not know that. We're learning things. This is a learning podcast, apparently. We're gonna stop, give it up, such a dirty mind. I always get it up for the touch of the younger kind. So we're gonna have to give them the benefit of the doubt that Sharona is above the age, a queen above 18. We're gonna have to give that fact a thing. We can't just be assuming she's underage. Maybe this guy, let's say this guy's 30, And this girl is 20. And he's like, I like, I've always been into young, like when they're a little bit younger. Some guys are like that. Not saying it's a little creepy, but, Leonardo DiCaprio, still cool to me. And he hasn't got canceled yet. So, I guess that's that. But anyways, though, don't go out with underage people. Okay, let's just keep it there. Okay? Number 16, Eminem featuring Rihanna, Love the Way You Lie. If she ever tries to fucking leave again, I'm gonna tie her to the bed and set the house on fire. It's about an extremely violent and dysfunctional relationship with a straight-up death threat and towards the end. I remember being younger and my sister loved to sing along. The death threat disturbed me back then, but it's so much worse now that I'm more aware of just how bad all the lyrics are. I'm gonna point this out for a second. I don't think he was being literal, folks. I've seen this a lot. I don't think Marshall Mathers was being literal when he wrote this down or was in the studio laying it down. I don't know how he writes. I've not been there, but I'm going to just make a guess that he was not literal. He was making an analogy about even the songs about a dysfunctional relationship. And that's what someone would do in a dysfunctional relationship. It's an analogy, folks. We need to calm our tits. Okay? I don't think he's being literal with this. Stop trying to cancel him. He's like, he's talking about domestic violence. It's an analogy. It's not literal, folks. And maybe if you only understand people literally, you should stay away from art. Any form of comedy, music, because you're not going to get it. Okay? Number 17, Sean Kingston, Beautiful Girls. They'll have you suicidal when it says it's over. I love that song. Sean Kingston gets rejected. I'm going to kill myself. They'll have you suicidal. That's like all. So it's like, you're way too beautiful, girl. Why it'll never. It's like, oh man, you're too beautiful. If it was over between us, I'd kill myself. And he sings it not that dark. And yeah, you probably shouldn't write about suicide from like such a petty standpoint. I guess it was like, I got rejected by a girl, because a lot of people aren't suicidal when they get rejected by a girl. It's happened, but yeah, it's not a healthy coping mechanism. Like when someone's like, if you break up with me, I'm going to kill myself. And it's just like, okay, like you're not in charge of someone else's mental health. That's just who it is. But I still like that song though. You'll have me suicidal. That one's fun. Oh, next one's a very common one. Foster the People, Pumped Up Kicks. All the other kids with the pumped up kicks, you better run, I'll run my gun. All the other kids with the pumped up kicks, you better run, faster than my bullets. I love dancing to it, and that beat and melody are awesome, but then I actually listened to the lyrics and realized it's about a school shooter. Now, this was before Sandy Hook. The song came out before Sandy Hook. You want to know how I know that is I used to cover this song. And me and the band would cover this, and it was a lot of fun because it was that bass line, and it has like a three-piece, it was easy to solo over. But yeah, so this was around like 2011, I think Sandy Hook. I was in college when Sandy Hook happened, and I was touring the summer before I went to college, and we were playing this song a lot. So the only other big school shooting would have been Columbine. Yeah, it's Columbine. I was like, is that the right word? Is that the right school? But yeah, so that was it. So there's a lot to be said with this song. So you should listen to like interviews when they're talking about it, because it's very interesting. If you're very interesting, all the other kids with the pumped up kicks, and like these guys aren't like school shooters or anything, but yeah, it was before school shootings became like a normal thing. So yeah, I don't know how we should be treating that song, but yeah. Next one, number 19. We're almost done today, folks. Sia Chandelier. Help me. I'm holding on for dear life. Won't look down, won't open my eyes. Keep the glasses full until morning light, because I'm just holding on for the night. This is about what Sia's typical night out was like and her fear of getting sober and dealing with her life, which is very cool. Sia does have a lot of deep stuff going on here. But yeah, that's something I learned pretty early on. I'm like, oh, this song's about drinking. So it's really cool. This song is incredibly hard to sing. If you are a singer and try to sing the song, it's incredibly difficult to sing. Doesn't care what key you transpose it into. It is incredibly hard to sing. And so if I would actually suggest, if you want to, everyone who didn't know that should give that song another listen. And you really hear, I'm gonna swing from a chandelier, from a chandelier. It's just like that catchy chorus, but like you won't get the gist of the song from the chorus. It's just one of those cool songs, one of those cool ass songs. Number 20, James Blunt's Beautiful. Yeah, she caught my eye as we walked on by. She could see from my face that I was fucking high. People who think it's a romantic song definitely need to look at the lyrics. In an article James Blunt said, it's not this soft romantic fucking song. It's about a guy who's high as a fucking kite on drugs in the subway, stalking someone else's girlfriend when that guy is there in front of him and he should be locked up or put in prison for being some kind of perv. See, I get that if you really think about it. But I like to pretend that this song is not about that. That's how I like to interpret it, even though I know it's wrong. You're beautiful, it's true. Because the chorus is what he's talking about, the soft romantic fucking song. Like, the chorus is that. That is the chorus, but then, the lyrics are very different. So I think, people pay so much more attention to choruses. If that's anything we've learned going through this today, is that it is different from, like, that. You just, like, the chorus can be so much different from what the meaning of the song is. And, my Sharona. do. So people believe whatever the fuck you want in songs. That's the lesson. And the chorus doesn't always make the song good or clean or nice. All right, we got two more left. Number 21, 1975, Ugh. Now, this is a band I really enjoy, so let's go here. I know your lungs need filling since your gums have lost their feeling, but don't say you're giving it up again. So it's about Matthew Healy's addiction to cocaine and how he tried to quit several times but failed. So yeah, this is kind of like you have to know the 1975 in the first place, but yeah, so it was like the first two albums he was very heavily on drugs, and it was just, just a way to numb and sedate himself, and talks about that a lot on I Like It When You Sleep, because you're so beautiful yet so unaware of it. He talks about that a lot, how he's like on drugs and stuff like that. And then the next album, what's the fuck is it called? Not Notes on a Conditional Form. That's the one that came out after that. I can't believe I'm blanking on it right now, because I actually really like that album. A Brief Inquiry into Online Relationships. I knew it was online relationships. But yeah, and then that one's about, like, he went to rehab and got sober, so he writes a lot about that as well. So, I mean, if you don't know the 1975, you would not know that about the lyrics. But if you do know about the 1975, you're definitely going to know about that. So that's, like, unavoidable if you do know who the 1975 is. So, yeah. Last but not least, Mike Posner's I Took a Pill in Ibiza. But you don't want to be high like me. Never really knowing why like me. You don't ever want to step off that roller coaster, be alone. I remember when it came out and everyone was obsessed with it. While it's a good song to listen to, it sounds cool. If you actually listen to the words, it's so depressing. Yeah, it's about, like, him feeling like he's a washed up, because he had his hit Cooler Than You, Cooler Than Me, or whatever. I can't remember what it's called. Cooler Than Me. I think it's Cooler Than Me. And then, like, so he's, like, felt like a one-hit wonder type of situation. And then, like, he had to go through that. And, like, we go to his hometown or whatever. And then you hear people, it's like, oh, this is a guy who got famous off one song. And you feel like a failure, even though you were, like, you could be a one-hit wonder, but you were still successful. Like that's the thing though, with him. I've heard him talk about it. It's very interesting. And then he opens up, and obviously, so like, you know, so that's like good thing is like you feeling washed up. It's just a feeling I have as a songwriter, even though I never had a one-hit wonder, but I feel what he's feeling. I just get it. I get it. I don't know if you would get it necessarily, but yeah. And then he also starts off with, I took a pill and Ibiza to show Avicii I was cool. And obviously Avicii's been gone now. And then you hear him singing about it now. It's like, no, Avicii's gone and your life. And it's a lot about like life moving forward and stuff like that. It's kind of a song for artists necessarily, I'd say. I took a pill in Ibiza to show Avicii I was cool. And then he's like, you don't want to be like me. You know, and he feels like a failure even though he has been successful. It's a very interesting song, folks. So if you're into that and you're an artist too, something really cool. So that's it for this list of things. But yeah, you know, I think I learned a lot. You probably could too. It's very, yeah. I guess that's the way it is. Hey, thank you for checking out that highlight from Cancel Schweezy. Now, I hope your brain cells don't hurt. We got more highlights available now everywhere. We also got more full episodes as well. If you want to watch a full episode of Cancel Schweezy, available now, right here, right now, available now. If you liked everything, make sure you subscribe to the channel. That way you get notified when new highlights and episodes come up. And leave a comment, like, and stay awesome.